So I vibe coded this tool with simple automations and AI so I can scale my marketing. So essentially, I posted on Twitter and I wanted to post also on LinkedIn, and I also wanted to reduce the time of doing this. So usually it would take me, I would go create some YouTube video, and then I noticed that it gets some views and stuff, but it takes time until it kicks in, but still the content is good and I wanna distribute my message across all platforms. So in the beginning, what I did is I took these videos, I transcribed them, and I had some flow with the ChatGPT. Now, before we dive into some of the systems that I used with vibe coding and some simple AI workflows to scale my marketing, so I don't need to hire more people and I can also increase my output. First of all, my name is Jonathan and I've been building software for 10 plus years since I'm like 13 years old. And since AI came out, I try to figure out how to use it practically in the real world. There is a lot of hype, there is a lot of buzzwords, new technologies every Thursday and Wednesday. And what actually works and what's the 2080 of AI and making it useful in my business and in your business. And this is what we'll try to do in this video. So back to what I was saying. So I took this thing, I transcribed it, I took it to ChatGPT, I did some prompts, and it generated me some content. In the beginning, I just used it to take it and use it as a promo and post it on Twitter and LinkedIn. And then I evolved it over time. And I was thinking, why not just turn it into a product? It was really manual. And I was thinking, I want to do some more formats. I want to do some more automations and so on. And actually, I decided on March 2025 to make a challenge, a public challenge, vibe code a solution that will fit for me and will streamline the whole process. The result is that I came up with some really cool streamlined systems that help me generate way more content in my voice, and I don't need to do most of the work. This is an example. I just did some live stream, and from that I can generate like tons of content. Here is an examples of like things that I posted on, I think I posted it on LinkedIn, and it's 90% generated with AI. Of course, the source is my video, but yeah, I think this was this one. Yeah, it got like pretty cool engagement. And another example is that before doing more videos, I'm doing cold email, and I noticed that this process is very manual. So I need to find the leads, then I need to upload them, make sure that they are cleaned up, maybe do some verification, segment them, take them to the sending tool like Smart Lead or Instantly AI. It took me some time, and because I'm a builder and I don't like to do manual stuff, I just started systemizing that. Now, one of the flows that I developed over time is that I can take LinkedIn jobs, scrape them, enrich them with new data, then I can filter it with AI. In the beginning, it can be manual, but we can filter it with AI, only companies between 10 to 50 in this industry and so on. Once it filters, it automatically upload this to these dedicated campaigns, and I create campaigns dedicated to each ICP, to each avatar. And you can just have some general script with some merge fields. You can also add some personalization with AI, of course, and so on. But then this process is completely automated and systemized. And my philosophy is that you don't need to automate 100% of the stuff. You do need some human touch in it. So even platform like this, that there is some AI in it and there is some human work and tweaking, is making these co-pilots much more productive for you and your team. And these are some of the ways that I scaled my marketing and myself. Essentially, instead of hiring more people, I built like these co-pilots that I can use or hire someone to use. I think it is going to be my next steps. And with a combo of AI, and I like to call it like full stack VAs, like people that can do full stack stuff, like not just manage your emails or do some basic stuff, but can also manage your content, take a look at your campaigns and so on. You can train one person to manage all these AI systems for you, plus having these AI platforms, copilots that you can use or they can use and so on. You can use no-code tools like Zapier, Make.com, which I started using and I did some usage with it. But over time, when you scale it and you want some more flexibility, vibe coding is way better than this, because you can build it based on your process specifically. The way the interface looks, the way the backend operates, the logic, the AI, everything comes together. Now, the shift of AI, the way I see it practically, I always look at stuff and I try to find out, okay, how can I use it practically? People use buzzwords like AI agents, MCPs, new technology, DeepSeek, all these buzzwords coming up every Monday and Tuesday. and I'm trying to figure out how to make it practical for my businesses. So there is two shifts that happen with this AI is that one, we can automate more stuff that we could not before. So far we had basic automation like Zapier, make.com, all these things, automations. And now we can automate 5 to 10% more that we could not before. The second thing is that we can build custom software much faster, much cheaper. You have Lovable, you have Replit, you have Cursor AI, and you have templates, and you have all sorts of stuff that you can build custom software much easier, much faster. The process is kind of simple. You have processes in your business, workflows, things that you do on a daily basis that are already working. So it starts by doing something manual, right? Then you systemize it a little bit. You have an SOP, you have a checklist, you have a way that you can do it. Then maybe you delegate it to someone and someone else is doing this for you. Some of this process you delegate, some of the process you automate. So you have Zapier, you have make.com automations, and so on. This is the baseline. If you don't have something like this, jumping to some other things really doesn't make sense. And AI is an optimization of doing all these things, and it gives us more capabilities. Once we have automations and delegation, we can also delegate. We used to delegate this to a human, but now we can also delegate it to an AI. And 99% of people watching this and 90% of businesses just using custom dashboard and simple AI workflows are more than enough. There is this buzzword right now, AI agents, they can replace you, they can replace anyone. Pretty cool concept, pretty good hype, I like it, but it's good for marketing, but it's not really practical. The way it actually works is that you take your process, okay? You have a streamlined process of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. I showed you my process of content creation, for example. You start with an idea, you create the idea, maybe you write some draft, you then record, you then upload, you then turn it into social media, you edit a little bit, you schedule and post, right? So this is all the process of this. From this process, I'm taking a look and thinking, okay, which can be automated fully, 100% automated with automation, and which I can replace with AI, and which I can use human to overwatch this, manage it, and review. Once you understand these tools in your tool belt, you can build these co-pilots that supercharge, everyone likes this word, that is a game-changing supercharging your business and is able for you to become more productive. Once you become more productive or your team is becoming more productive, number one, you can hire less people and focus on these full stack people that can able to do all these things and manage these systems. And number two, you can cut your cost per acquisition, because if one person right now, or even you, is able to handle 3 clients, and with these automations, co-pilots, custom tools, and so on, this able to become like 5, then your fulfillment cost goes down, which means you can put more budget on your ads, on your marketing, on your spend, whatever it is that you want to allocate this money, and then you can scale much further. So this is where most businesses are at right now. And if we'll take this as an evolution, basically what everyone is selling right now, or the hype, is about AI agents. They will replace everyone, 100% automated, replace all developers, all marketers, whatever. Great. What actually happens from my experience in building this stuff is that the evolution is this. So you have manual process, then it becomes more like a systemized process, like an SOP. Then you have some automation with Zapier and so on. Then after the simple automation, you have AI workflows. These AI workflows is what most people call AI agents. And these AI workflows are more like executing this SOP with AI. So 1, 2, 3, this AI is executing this. They have no decision making, but they are just executing a linear process. Then the optimization of this is AI agents. AI agents, in the technical terms of this, is some agents that are able to make decisions on their own. They are able to think, make decisions on their own, and so on. And then we have multi-agents. Okay, so you have one agent managing the marketing department or the outreach department. You have one managing the content department, and so on. This is the dream that people are selling right now, but it's not there yet. On top of that is that businesses that don't have the simple automations and processes systemized and optimized, it's very hard for them to jump to AI workflows because they don't have process. They need data. Now, once you're building copilots that are able to get into this point, these platforms that you are building, that, for example, the platform I built, I can now gather data. Okay, I can now have more data points. I can now have some data that I can later on build this AI agent that is more self-sufficient. But jumping from zero to hero or jumping from zero to AI agents, it's not really realistic because you need more data and you need to be able to train these AI agents on what actually you want. So on simple terms, AI agents are just automations of AI workflows. You can always upgrade your workflows to become AI agents, self-sufficient, and so on. But in my opinion, it will take more time and it's still not there. And for 90% of people, as I mentioned multiple times, using simple AI workflows, packaging those in some custom dashboard, custom dashboards using AI vibe coding or Lovable or whatever it is, packaging it all in one platform, making it like a copilot, then have some full stack employee, some person, some VA, someone that is managing that for you. You review the work, you approve it, and over time, obviously, this full stack employee can make decisions on their own, like they obviously improve their skills, become more capable, but this full stack employee can start at a low chip. It can be maybe an offshore person or some intern or some junior that you can train over time on your specific processes. And that's the process of scaling your business with AI, practically scaling your marketing, scaling your sales, optimizing your operations, making sure that everything is optimized. You start by auditing your current processes. What do I have right now in my business? What is most important for me right now to replace in terms of it costs money, it costs time, what is most time and cost expensive? Then you list them out in one list or you list them in a checklist. Then you start building your backlog of things that you can do. You need to understand what are the components right now that allow you to make your team and yourself more productive. We mentioned some of these, and you currently have like AI workflows, you have simple automation, and you have human, right? Now you need to understand what are the capabilities of AI. This is not gonna be in the scope of this video, but once you have the list of things in your business that are most important right now to delegate, and now you have a list of things, of the components of what is actually possible practically in your business with AI, you can combine these two together and start having some backlog that you can start systemizing your processes. And what happens to me usually is that, you hear all these buzzwords, MCPs, some cool stuff and so on, but all I want to do is to solve my current problems, release my headaches, just do stuff more productively and just delegate some of the stuff. I don't want to think about those. So what usually happens with a system like this is that, yes, I can improve it more, I can add more stuff, and I will do it over time. But once the 80-20 of your problem is solved, it's doing the work well. Yes, it can be perfect or better, but for now, it's good enough. And this is a mindset that I work with in general, like how to make it good enough that it works without overthinking this, without overcomplicating this. And then you can move on to the next stuff. So you start with the must-haves, then you have like a list of nice to have, and slowly, you build these copilots and you decide what should be automated fully or systemized with AI, or what should be just a simple automation and so on. And this is my whole philosophy about using practically AI to scale your business and operations. Now below on this page, there is a few inputs that you can join my email list every day or every few days in the week. I'm gonna send you some insights on how to use AI practically in your business, how to implement some of these things, some of the things to be aware of, and more, some of the systems I implement for myself to save myself time and headaches, and how I evolve these systems over time. So make sure that you join it. You can obviously unsubscribe at any time. And that's it. Bye-bye.